What's up guys, and welcome to the top 7 overpowered guns in Call of Duty Warzone Season 6. There has been a total of 4 brand new weapons added to the game, including the very first 2 weapons from Call of Duty Vanguard, which has definitely mixed things up. So I'm going to be ranking the top 7 overpowered guns from worst to best. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my decisions. But first, for those of you who are starting to look at competing in Warzone, you'll want to check out the sponsor of today's video, Z-League, who wants to give everyone the chance of competing in a Warzone tournament and is the world's first skill-based Warzone tournament platform. Z-League allows you to compete in tournaments for cash prizes no matter your skill level, as you'll be competing against players of a similar ability. Now, Z-League are able to do this by using a custom-built algorithm that takes into account all of your Warzone stats, not just your KD ratio, to then rank teams into skill divisions. This means you'll only ever play against players that are at a similar level to you, making it a lot more fun to compete in as teams are fairly balanced. Now, this means whether you have a 0.5 KD or a 5 KD, the players you play against are going to be of the same skill level. Scoring is done the same way as other big tournaments, where you'll get points for kills and placement, and you don't even need to stream or take screenshots, as it's all tracked in real time on the website, so you can keep track of the results. Z-League also has an anti-cheat to catch and ban cheaters, so you're not only playing against players of a similar skill level, but you're also playing fairly, and it's available for every platform you play Warzone on. Now, Z-League are currently hosting solo, duo, trio, and quad tournaments every day, so you can compete whenever you're free. So make sure to click the link down in the description to register for your next tournament. So the first overpowered gun in this season is, surprise, surprise, a weapon coming with Call of Duty Vanguard, and it is the M1 Garand. These were added as a bonus surprise with some additional Vanguard tiers in the Battle Pass, and wow, the M1 Garand has one of the fastest time to kill potentials in the entire game. However, it's definitely more of a close-range tactical rifle, similar to how we were using the Type 63 and the DMR-14 last season, as it just doesn't quite have the bullet velocity to land shots consistently at a distance. But at close range, it's a whole different question. It's got a fire rate of 400 rounds per minute and will deal 112 damage for a headshot, 60 to the neck, and then 55 everywhere else. This leads to a 0.3 seconds time to kill potential, which, to be completely honest, is broken. And the fact that the builds we currently have available are preset blueprints without all the meta attachments just gives you even more of an idea at how overpowered the M1 Garand is going to be. But yes, if you're going to use it this season, just go ahead and use it for close range only. So let's take a look at which blueprint you should be using for the M1 Garand. Now, in my personal opinion, the white obsidian is actually better. And as you can already see, there are so many attachments. I don't know how this is going to work when we can actually customize these. It's going to be pretty insane, but this one seems to work best purely because of the extended mag. Having those extra bullets spraying at 400 rounds per minute really helps you out. And honestly, this is super easy to use. Give it a go. But you also get the heirloom one as well. The optics probably a little bit better, but that extended mag really does help you out. So, in my opinion, go ahead and use the white obsidian blueprint. Our next overpowered gun in Warzone Season 6 has got to be the OTS-9. Yes, it received a couple of minor nerfs, but it still reigns supreme as one of the fastest killing SMGs in the game right now, and is still used by the majority of pro players in custom games due to its ease of use and time to kill potential. Though its mag size holds it back slightly when playing trios and quads or iron trials, its raw stopping power just makes it one of those guns that has got to go into your loadouts. Its damage profile is 47 damage for a headshot, 31 to the neck, chest, and stomach, and then 27 to the extremities. The one downside worth being aware of with the OTS is it does have 3 damage profiles, so at a distance its TTK potentially really falls off, which is why if you're wanting to use the OTS with a sniper, there are just far better options, so avoid it. So this is the class setup that you're going to want to be using for the OTS. You're going to have that Grew suppressor on there, the 8.1-inch Task Force barrel, the VDV 40-round fast mag, the Serpent Wrap just to kind of make that aim down sight a little bit snappier, and then the KGB skeletal stock. That fast mag is super crucial just because of the small mag size. Otherwise, you're going to get caught out and have no chance of taking out multiple opponents, but that's the setup you want to be using. The next overpowered gun we have in Call of Duty Warzone, and one of the best long-range assault rifles, is the Cold War AK-47. Now, as we all know, Raven have been doing their best to try and balance the long-range assault rifle category. LMGs went through a period of dominance with the MG82 and Stoner receiving multiple nerfs, which was followed up with nerfs to the Krig, C58 and EM2, but left the Cold War AK-47 untouched, which has allowed it to become one of the best weapons in the entire game. The recoil is really easy to manage at a distance and has sort of slotted into that position of where the CR56 AMAX used to sit within the modern warfare weapons. This is a slow fire rate, hard-hitting assault rifle, so missing shots consistently is going to drastically drop your TTK compared to higher fire rate assault rifles like the XM4, but if you've got a good shot, you're rewarded with a very fast time to kill. In my opinion, it's the perfect sniper support assault rifle, as it's also very good at close range, with that 54 damage to the head, 43 to the neck, and then 36 everywhere else, giving you a TTK of around 0.6 to 0.74 seconds, depending on the distance. So this is the class setup that you're going to want to be using for the Cold War AK-47, the Grew suppressor, 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel, the Spetsnaz grip, 45-round mag, and then the actual arms 3x optic. Honestly, a great all-round assault rifle that you should definitely have in your loadouts right now. Though the best long-range assault rifle in Warzone still continues to be the EM2. This has the fastest time to kill, though be warned, requires probably the most skill to use. So though it's an overpowered assault rifle, it's only overpowered in the right hands because the recoil is quite difficult to control and it's a slow fire rate weapon of 533 rounds per minute. So it's not something I'd recommend to use if you've just started playing Warzone. You'd be better off with the Cold War AK-47 or the XM4, as both of those are far easier to use. However, if you're confident in your ability, this thing is ridiculous. 61 damage for a headshot, 49 to the neck, and 41 everywhere else gives you that TTK potential that no one else can beat. But it does feel odd having that slow fire rate sometimes, as you need to be able to gauge the distance to your opponent perfectly so you can hit those neck and headshots. But personally, I love using the EM2, and this is the class setup you're going to want. And here it is, the class setup that you want for the EM2. Agency suppressor, 25.8-inch Task Force barrel, field agent grip, 40-round mag, and the actual arms 3x. And as I mentioned, it is a little bit more difficult to use, but all right, if you can get the hang of it, it is really, really good. So go give it a go. Now, we can't not have a sniper in the most overpowered weapons in Season 6, and it's the reigning champ taking the 3rd spot in this video, and it is, of course, the Swiss. Now, I'll be honest, it's not as easy to hit your shots as the Kar98K because it doesn't quite have a strong aim assist. But if you're a good sniper, the speed you can take multiple shots and down players and squads is ridiculous. Also, the Swiss has higher chest damage compared to the Kar98K, so even if you don't get the headshot for the down, you know you'll be able to finish them off with the follow-up shot, which the Kar98K doesn't quite manage to do all the time. But if you're going for a sniper, you definitely want to use the Swiss. Now, this class setup for the Swiss is pretty standard. You have the Grew suppressor, 24.9 combat recon barrel, SWAT 5 MW laser sight, the bruiser grip, and then the Serpent Wrap. It's what I've personally used for a long time now. It's good, not a strong aim assist, so if you do struggle with your aim a little bit on controller, go ahead and use the Kar98K instead. But right now, this is the most overpowered sniper. In second place for the overpowered weapons in Warzone Season 6, we have the Cold War MP5. This, for me, is the best SMG in the game right now, with an incredibly fast TTK, which is the same as the OTS, but for a longer range. Also, with more blueprint variants offering the Half Moon Iron Sight, the main problem that most players had with the Cold War MP5 was its awful sight, which have now gone away. Its damage profile is also nearly identical to the OTS, but can have the larger mag, with 44 damage for a headshot, 31 to the neck, chest, and stomach, before finishing off with 27 damage to the extremities. This, matched with a fire rate of 854 rounds a minute, gives you one of the best close-range SMGs in the entire game. But for me personally, there's not many guns that give you the opportunity to run through multiple opponents with ease, and with your vertical recoil hard locking after the first 10 bullets or so, being able to control the gun's recoil is also really easy to do, so you're going to be able to hit a lot more headshots. So first things first, I want to mention with this Cold War MP5 class setup is I'm using the Paint Blaster blueprint, because that gives me that half moon iron sight. There are a bunch of other blueprints that give you that same sight. Just check through what you've already unlocked and see that you've got it. And then you want the Agency Suppressor, Tiger Team Spotlight, Bruiser Grip, 50 round drum, and the Raider stock. And honestly, best SMG in the game right now. Then finally, the most overpowered gun in Warzone right now is the brand new STG-44 from Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, even though we currently don't have the ability to change attachments, the first blueprint of the STG is just ridiculous. It has a fire rate of 600 rounds per minute, so very similar to the Cold War AK-47, but its mobility is obscene, with a really fast ADS and strafe speeds, whilst dealing 54 damage for a headshot, 43 to the neck, and then 36 everywhere else. And it also gives us an insight to what we can expect Vanguard weapons to perform like in Warzone when Vanguard Season 1 drops later this year. I already managed to drop 37 kills in a game of Rebirth using this thing, and found myself comfortably being able to outgun SMGs at close range. It's actually very similar to how we had the FAR, AK-47, and XM4 close range meta earlier during Black Ops Cold War, and these guns will definitely give us the opportunity to make a lot of different gun builds that are going to be meta at different ranges from first impression. So we've got to do it. We've got to take a look at the two blueprints that are available for the STG, which is quite exciting. The first one that you unlock is the Bone Rattler. This, in my opinion, is the best out of the two. It's more of an SMG build. It doesn't use all 10 attachments, which is quite interesting, and is kind of giving me an insight of how customizable the Vanguard weapons are going to be and the different builds that you can make. You're not necessarily going to want to use all 10 attachments all the time, but lightweight short barrel, monocular reflector, removed stock, MK6 power under barrel, the extended mags, the fabric rear grip, and then the fast melee perk. Honestly, it is an incredible SMG, great up close, good sniper support weapon, to be perfectly honest with you. And then we've got a long range STG, which is really good. It's called the Warning Track. It's just got too small a mag. It's only got 30 rounds in there, which just is not enough for Warzone. But you've got the Maxim silencer, marksman long barrel, long rounds ammo, so different ammo types apparently, which is going to be really interesting. The M1913 variable 4 to 8 times optic, the VDD 34S weighted stock, the Caviar foregrip, extended mags, which is just 30 bullets, then the Pine Tar rear grip, and Vital perk 1, fully loaded perk 2. So we're getting fully loaded back as well, which is pretty damn sick. But that is the two STG 44s that are available. Bone Rattler is the best for like Rebirth and close range or pairing with a sniper. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you for more Call of Duty Warzone very soon. Thanks for watching.